Hello, this is Breakfast with Natasha Kapi and Dermot Murnaghan.
Attacks on Iraq are underway. Explosions and anti-aircraft fire were heard around Baghdad 90 minutes after the US deadline expired. Early signs are that it was a surprise strike aimed directly at Saddam Hussein. So far, British ground forces are not thought to have been involved.
That's our main story on Breakfast today, Thursday, the 20th of March.
Very good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. President Bush went on national television just after 3 o'clock our time to tell the American people that war had started.
At this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger.
Tomahawk cruise missiles and precision-guided bombs were among the first weapons used in opening attacks.
And this is the scene live in Baghdad this morning, where daylight has brought an uneasy calm. We'll be talking to our correspondent in the city shortly. But first, let's take you through the main developments this morning.
The long-anticipated war to topple Saddam Hussein has begun. So far, there have been a number of limited raids on the outskirts of the Iraqi capital, Baghdad, although the promised shock and awe air bombardment hasn't started. A short time ago, air raid sirens sounded the all clear.
Downing Street say that the raids were brought forward after the US received intelligence about the whereabouts of senior members of the Iraqi leadership. Some reports say that Saddam Hussein may have been the target, but Iraqi television has broadcast what it claims was a live message by the Iraqi leader a short time ago.
Well, the explosions were heard near Baghdad around 2:30 our time. That's just before dawn in Iraq. The first that people knew of the attack was the sound of air raid sirens, followed by explosions and anti-aircraft fire.
An hour later, President George W. Bush made an address to the American nation saying that it had begun. He said that the campaign could be longer and more difficult than expected.
US officials said F-117 stealth fighters and long-range cruise missiles were fired from warships. They said it was a limited strike and the main aerial attack would be delivered in coming days.
British military commanders say that no order had yet been given for ground forces to enter Iraq, although there have been reports within the last hour of artillery fire around the Iraq-Kuwait border.
Well, it's now daylight in Iraq and unlikely that further action will take place until after dark tonight. Well, our correspondent, Raghi Omar, is in Baghdad. Raghi, can you just talk us through the night's events as you experienced them?